here. I'm gonna make some stuffies. Now, don't get mad at me if I don't show you the end results. It's because I'm gonna give you a good description of what's gonna happen, and see, and we'll go from there. So don't get mad. I was just looking to see, what did I make on this? What did I make? Oh, that was a tree. Okay. Oh yeah, that was my pillow. All right. So I am so excited. I have to tell you that I've been getting the club transfer. Before it was even a club project, it's now a club project. You get a whole entire project. You get to make these little cute little gingerbread ornaments with the project. You get 4 of these to match up with this exclusive transfer, and 2 different colors of paste. So you can do it either in the red and white, or just use the brown of the wood on the background, and then white for the frosting. I can speak. Or you can, so you could do that, but these transfers are reusable. And I have to tell you, in like the 6 years I've been involved with Chalk Couture, this has to be probably one of my #1 monthly transfers. So I did both sides of those, so you get a chance to see that. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and I did the ornament as well. So you have to go back and see that. I did a globe ornament, snow globe ornament with it. So we're going to continue in the same measure as and do some stuffies with it. I think this would make super cute stuffies. And so what I'm going to do is actually kind of do the prep work. I will tell you how you can make them be your own by, you know, either hot gluing or actually using a sewing machine, which is what I'm pretty sure I'm going to do. I'm going to do the sewing machine option. Probably. You could also do hand embroidery. So those are the 3 options. So you can make these stuffies by either using hot glue, which, you know, is a fast and easy way. I'm not condemning that whatsoever. In fact, I've got some fabric hot glue now, so I haven't tried that. So I may even give that a try. We'll see. We'll see how far we get here. But I have some fabric. This is an old blanket. This was one of my favorites. It looks like it is clean, but it does, you know, look dingy and gross. But the back side is brown, and I've been cutting it up for stuffing and backing and all the things. It is kind of weak as far as fabric goes, but it is brown. So I am going to go ahead and use this fabric for our stuffies today to use with these gingerbread. The other thing I've been pondering for quite some time is doing some stuffies, some stuffed trees. And I wanted to use our chalk pastes and whatnot to do that as well. So stay tuned. I might get to that too. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So I am just going to do the fronts at this point, and we are going to put it down on this brown fabric, giving myself a little bit of space. Actually, it kind of, does it fit on here? That would be way too good, right? If it all just fit right on there. There's kind of a selvage there, so I can't quite fit it. So I am just going to do these bottom 2 and then move it over and do a couple more. Unfortunately, it's just barely. Maybe I'll just move this down. So you can use chalks for this, or you can use ink. So this is a very flexible project. There's no right or wrong. It's your own. I'm just going to move it down and deal with that selvage, I think. All right. You guys, after last Monday's video, if you didn't see my 12 days video, go back and watch it. After that, I was, I think I'm just going to stick with ink for now. I came down with the flu really bad, and I've been seriously sick for I thought I was almost better yesterday morning. Got up, had some breakfast. I kept it down, but then my stomach started to roll all over again. So I ended up having to cancel lessons yesterday, which I try really hard not to do ever. So anyway, that was kind of my adventure this week. So I feel like I've lost the entire week. However, I did get my last embroidery order finished and got it ready and off in the mail. So I'm very thankful for that. And kind of posted on it. And now I'm getting more orders. I'm going to use an ink mat. The reason why, it's not going to go through this at all, but I like the fact that the ink mat kind of just holds it down really firm. I guess I got the other small ink mat somewhere else, and this is a brand new one. So this one's going to stick like no other. It's just gonna be super sticky. So anyway, that's, if I sound a little off, that is why. Because you guys, I'm sorry to talk about gross things, but I am not a puker. And I vomited for a good 12 hours. So I'm sorry about that. But worse yet was my husband, who was like, well, this is a new experience for us in our marriage. Never had this experience before, was kind of what he was saying while we were standing in the bathroom. He was trying to make light of it. He was trying to be a good guy, but yet not get sick himself. So he just sort of kept his distance and kept going, this is not normal. Because I don't get sick that way. I don't think I gave myself enough salvage there. I'm changing my mind. Maybe we'll go this way. I do want to have some space. We'll go this way. I think I originally cut this out. Now I need to see how sticky that is. That is our ink mat. And in t-shirts, that's wonderful. Although it stretches it the first couple of times. So it's kind of a crazy sticky mat. All right, so I got that in there. And the only reason I'm using the ink mat today, not because I think it's going to go through, but because I don't want it to. I like the stiffness that comes from it. Ooh, white ink. I'm like thinking, do I want to use... I'm just going to go for it. Maybe we want to use chalk. Do you guys have that happen where you... Make sure you come in and say hello, by the way. I'm gonna hold off because I'm not sure what my status of ink is with white, and I don't want to run out on Stuffies. I could always clear spray to keep this going. Got a couple here of bright white. Got a little ink mixed in, no big deal. This is not much here. Let's see what we can get out of here. Gonna use every last bit. Hello, hello. Nice to meet you too. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification button. All right, we're gonna see how this works. And I can see that my white paste here, this is a paste, so this is washable. So these are not going to be washed. You're just not going to throw them in the wash machine. Sort of like an ornament. You're not going to, So Stuffies, they can go in the bowl. I will put a hanger on it, so if you wanted to hang it on your tree, you could do that. There we go. Not bad, not bad. It's a little less up here. I'm going to get out a wipe. And actually, it's very thick there, so I'm just going to run over it with a wipe and see if it won't go through. Sometimes if you just get it wet, it's kind of a little trick. If you peel it to reveal and find that it didn't print, that's usually all the fix it needs. Is just, I've got old paste, and I'm just extending it as far as I possibly can, just trying to use it up. So sometimes it takes a little... I think that looks great. Doesn't that look great? I'm going to show you that up a little closer. Look how nice that looks. So cute. Okay, I'm going to maybe give up on this one because I think it's too dry for us here. I'll move this over to using that with a paintbrush when I need to do watercolors. I think I have. We don't know. I've been doing a lot of replacement of pastes and inks. These jars last for a long time. There we go. That is a much better consistency. You want it to be yogurt consistency. That one was pretty dry. Oop, and squirted everywhere, didn't I? Sure enough, I even got on the fabric, but thankfully outside of my little gingerbread house. So I'm just going to do all 4 of these since I've got them here. And go with it. This might even be a little on the goopy side. A little loose for paste. So paste, you want to work a little quicker than ink. If you've watched me do some ink projects, like my 12 days project on Monday, you want to work a little bit faster with it, because if it dries in the transfer, it's a problem. It will peel up with the transfer. So this transfer is washable, so as soon as we're done here, I'll take it in the house. I'm in my little camper crafting, my little space of for therapy. Oop, that one got a little schmeary, but I think it's cute. Oh, that one is too. So that is almost too wet. Let me show you that one up close. That one kind of smeared a little bit, so they're a little more smeary. I like this one that was more dry. I almost need like a combination of the two. Let me see if I can get some of this dried up here a little bit, get it mixed in better. It's got some dry areas. It's like I spritz some water on top before I closed it up, and it's just kind of what I'm grabbing up. So I just want it to be a little thicker than that, because that's what's making it. And this is scrap fabric, so it's really not a big deal. This is non-toxic. You can do that. You could do this activity with kids. We would definitely do this. We did a similar one. We used felt for our family ladies' day of crafting last year. For the fall, we did kind of a Christmas crafting activity together as a family, and we had to wait till after hunting season. So anyway, we did the same thing with felt, and then we used embroidery. Let's see. I think it's squeezing. I'm going to go this way against the grain so it doesn't squeeze out the sides, because the grain is kind of going this way. It's kind of got channels in the fabric. And we're going to go quick. Peel it off. Well, that one, not so great. It's not so great. But that one, the dry one, went really well. Not my favorites. Well, pooey. Sometimes that happens. All right, so you can kind of see what I'm going for here. And you could go back, like I could go in and embroider on this if I wanted to put little decorations on it. You could glue little extras on it. But what I was planning on doing was just putting a backing on it, cutting out around it, put a little bit of stuffing in it, put a little hanger on it, and there you've got a little hanger. And, you know, sometimes that happens. Projects just don't work out as well as you would like them to. Let me get this. I'm going to leave this open for a while and see if we can't. Oofta. I have got paste everywhere around this jar. From mixing it, I definitely got it all the way around the top. And now I've got it all over on my hands. So I am just going to leave that out. Set that on there. Get this cleaned up. Get myself cleaned up. All right, we're going to continue on. Continue on in our maybe fail. It's okay. It's all fixable. It's just crafting. It's supposed to be fun. So sometimes, you know, things don't. If you watched the other day, you know, I was being super overly cautious because I did not want my project to, you know, blur and stuff like that. So you definitely have to just have your patience sometimes with crafting. It doesn't turn out perfect every single time, and that's okay. All right, so let me show you what we've got so far. You can see this one down here, I think that one's perfect. This one right here. That was the dry one. And then I used the overly wet, and it just sort of bled. So it's not as clearly showing as I would have liked. But that being said, we could definitely do some decor on it. Dress it up a little. Gotta get it dry though. Okay, so one other thing I was wanting to do was to try to do some stuffies of trees. And so I brought out my old trees. I don't know. I just cannot find. The Christmas stuff is all hiding, you guys. All right, I'm going to just peel this off. It did not go through at all. but I'm just gonna set that aside and let that dry. If I don't wreck it, oops, and take you for a ride along with it. First, I was looking, I know I have several of these different trees. I think I have different trees. I don't know where they all are. Good question. I was having issues. I'm like, I know some brown felt, which I think would actually work better and smear less with those gingerbread trees. And by the way, if you want those gingerbread houses, even though today's, you know, so far today's little project is a little disappointing, don't worry, I will fix it. It's all fixable. But know that the other ones all turned out just beautiful. I love, love, love them. Ooh, there's some gingerbread houses from the past. Thought I had some of those Christmas trees in here, but not finding them. I got the deer and the snowflakes and stars. You could do star stuffies. But what I was going to do, for some reason, I thought I had more than just one set of trees. But we're just going to go with the set we have for now. Really, I'm organized. I have organized chaos. Does anybody else have this situation going on in their craft areas? It's just kind of a thing. So I've got these fabrics that they're cut out. I know they'd be nice, but they're kind of a thin fabric, I think. They are cut out already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use them. And we are gonna need a little bit of, this is thicker. This is thinner fabric, so I'm gonna need something behind this when I make this. I actually had this like aha moment. I have this Snoopy one. Wouldn't this be cute as a stuffy? The thing I like about doing stuffies is that they're just kind of fun. They're like mini pillows usually. I don't know what in the world is going on. It just kind of feels like how my week has been. Have you guys ever had those weeks? I tell you what, having the flu, the stomach flu, is not fun, but it also, like, it really just takes you out for a long period of time. It's just, ugh. I'm off. I feel off. I'm sure I look off. I promise I'm back, but you know what? I'm still not, like, I don't think I've eaten, other than, like, having my breakfast that I normally have, I have not had any other full meal. Every meal I've been like, Today I did have one drumstick and for chicken, and then I had potatoes and carrots that were really soft and mushy for lunch. That was probably the closest I've come to having a meal. Last night I had a cheese omelet. My husband makes the best cheese omelets. I'm not good at omelets at all. I can make scrambled eggs, but I am not good at the omelets. But he is fantastic at it. He makes them nice and thin, and I don't know how he does it. He's pretty good at it. So anyway, when he got home, I'm like, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you make me a cheese omelet? I was kind of whiny about it. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so these were the other ones, and I thought these would be super cute. You could put a button for the top. I'm going to leave myself room around it because I want to sew these together. And then the other part of it that I was going to do was I'll probably leave the back just plain. I won't do anything to the back. But the thing that I will do is I will stuff these, but you have to stuff the top tip really hard, and then I really want to put some stems in them and have them stand up. So that's kind of my goal with this. Let's see what we got for some shimmer gold. And again, I'm using paste just because I have just more paste on hand than I do anything else. Speaking of gold paste, I have some nativity scenes I need to make for my craft shows because I want those to sell. I feel like I can now start working on craft shows. I got signed up for my November 22nd local craft show. And then we have one coming up on December 6th. That one always feels a little bit on the late side because if you want to get anything ordered in, it's not a great date. This too is very dry. I feel like this is just going to be the deal with my pastes that are kind of using it to the end. And I guess that's okay. I used a lot of gold shimmer. I think this is gold shimmer. Nominee. It is Nominee. I am lying. It is Nominee. I used a lot of this Nominee and gold shimmer last year on making nativity sets. They went on sale really extraordinarily. And so I was able to pick them up. But then the part of it is I didn't realize how much labor it took to make them. So anyway, I sold a few of them. So I need to probably made my money back that way. So there it is. Isn't that pretty? And you could use any patterns. You would not have to use this tree. I may even do a second one here. Just because that is wet. I just stuck my hand in all of that. You want to get the bubbles out. It is kind of showing up a little bit like dotty, and that's okay with me because I'm kind of going for a rustic look on these anyway. So for me, they're not completely covered. That's okay. And these transfers, they're not available, but you could use any tree transfer, any past tree. We've had these trees cutouts for a long time, and we don't have any this year. I'm trying to think. We have you could just use a regular pattern on them. The 3D ones, those are fantastic too. Oh, I got one right over here over my shoulder. Can you see it? I'll hold it out here. You can use any pattern. You don't have to have a specific transfer to go with it, which is great. It actually kind of is more freeing. But I like the fact that I can make these the shape of a tree in my painting, and then all I'm going to have to do is come back and cut it out, stuff it, and sew it together and stuff it, leave myself in. This one's getting me. This one's a messy project here. It's just the paste is really thick and kind of all around the edges. So let's see if I can get some of it off. This is kind of wasting a lot. But the Stuffies are fun. I've actually made ones like this a little bit smaller than this size, maybe about like right here, which you could cut these down as well. You wouldn't have to. Let's see how the second tree. Usually I don't go over 3, just 2. And this will be nice because it has a little bit of shimmer in it. And again, I think that's just going to look perfect. All right, let's do some different colors, I say. Since we're kind of struggling with this one anyway. I'll set that aside. Take that to the... And I'm going to put some paste or some water in here. Let's see. I think I want to do some green. Still got that white sitting out here, just kind of letting it dry up a little because I've got it over wet. See if I can find some green. I wonder if my forest is wet. This will be the thing. All right, so I'm going to peel that off. It didn't go through at all. Let me show you that. It didn't go through. It's not bad. But it does make it nice to lay it on there because it kind of keeps it still while I'm pasting. This fabric will move around a little bit. All right, so all I'll do is come back with the fabric scissors and cut around these. And like I said, I probably will not... I'm going to just go ahead with this one. I'm going to do the whole thing. I will probably not... I'll be able to get 2 more, I think, out of this square. What was I saying? I forgot. Guys, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Remind me what I was saying. Oh, that forest, I think, is done. Look at that, is dried up. I'm not sure that's worthy of a... I have a feeling this particular forest is older. It's probably one of my originals from 6 or 7 years ago. It's time. This too. This one isn't. This is shimmer for. Well, this one might be about as old. We'll see if we can get some water on that. And that one looks a little more promising. What color is this? This is ivy. This is a new one, I think. I've also got pesto. I kind of like the darker greens for this. And the darker, I'm going to use the ivy. Ivy is a new one. This is an on Vogue color, so you should try it. This one, see, brand new. This one's going to work perfect. Okay. And it's always messy when we first start. It's certainly up around the edges, all over the place. Just going to take and dispose of that lid. Kind of up in the lid here. Trying not to make a mess, but I'm definitely making a mess of myself, at least. Good day to wear white. Anyway, so I appreciate you all for watching here. If you wanted more information about that little gingerbread houses right there, just put club down below. 2 more days. Tomorrow's the last day to get in on this month's club. It's $24.99, I think it is, $24.95. And you get everything you need to complete a project. In the first month, you do get a reusable squeegee, so that's good. All right, here we go. I want to see if I can knock it down a little bit. It's just really high. Okay, here we go. This should, if you can butter toast, you can do this. So I'm just using a small squeegee because it just goes faster. It's a bigger size. And you've seen how fast I can get dirty on it too. How fast I've gotten. And this, I would say these particular transfers, I have probably used no less than, I would say at least 25 times. They're so reusable. So once I'm done, I started talking about that. Maybe that's what I was talking about. Once I'm done doing this, I will go ahead and take these transfers into the house and wash them with plain water. And I always love this one. It is so pretty. Love, love, love. Okay, one more. Get this one. No reason to be in the middle. I always try to go near the edge. Okay, just getting the bubbles out again, getting it pushed down. Definitely making my finger a hot mess. But that is okay. I usually don't do more than 2 times with a transfer, just because, especially when I'm trying to make things to sell, you want it to be nice, clean lines around it. Let me get my fingers clean a little bit here before I spread the joy. Spread the crafting mess, the crafty mess. And you just want to get it clean. And then when I take it out of the water, after getting these cleaned up underwater, just plain water, no chemicals needed. I like to use a board eraser on them just for a little bit of a friction. And then you clean both sides, sticky side, just gently. And then top side as well. It will stain. And then you dry it for about 20 minutes. Sticky side up on a towel, and then put it back on the backing. So save that backing. The backing has a little bit of a yellowish hue. If you can't see the difference between back and front, before you peel it off, go ahead and put a Sharpie X on the back. I used to do that to every single one. Actually, I used to mark every single backing so it matched, so I knew which one went to which one, but now I don't. I don't know. Laziness? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm a lazy crafter. What can I say? All right. So, and for stems, you can use old vintage spools. You could stick in there. You could use newer old clothespins. You can weather them or stain them. They totally look cool in there. You can use cinnamon sticks. I have done that in the past. Isn't that cute? So I definitely do want... That is the ivy color. Isn't that beautiful? Let me hold that up for you to see the detail in those. Aren't those cute? You could use spindles. I need to talk to my hubby because he's kind of my wood guy. He's the one who's gonna come up with what I'm gonna use for a stem, because I would like these to stand up. So whether that is just a dowel cut down and put into like some sort of spool or something, I don't care. I just want it to work. That's all I want. I want it to work. Something else I might possibly do as we're getting these done is I may also brown the edges a little bit with some brown paste. All right. I think I'm just going to do these words. This is sort of like making your own fabric. Kind of fun, isn't it? Just want to make sure. And you could use, you know, a roller cutter to get into this and get it. I am definitely green and gold today. Green and gold. I am the Packers today. So what do you guys got on docket this week or over the weekend? I'd love to hear what you guys are up to. Say hello and make sure you do all the things. Make sure to subscribe. Give me a little thumbs up. If you get a chance, share it out to anybody that you know that is a crafter that would enjoy this project. Like I said, we're probably not going to get to the... Well, I might pull out that little gingerbread house, so it's not so disappointing, right? We're gonna fix it. I'm letting it dry right now, and we'll grab it after we get this tree done, because I want to do 3 sets of 3. I love things in sets of 3. I guess 5. You can do odd numbers of anything, but I just do enjoy sets of 3. And I've done these in the wood cutouts before, because we had the cutouts that went with it. I probably still have wood cutouts that I need to do. I'll need to check into that, actually. Make sure I get those all out, because I don't want to carry stock anymore. Let's just say that. So anyway, I'm going to be doing an in-person 3D tree. I need to show you that 3D tree. I'm all over the place today, so bear with me. I'm sure none of you... I can get easily distracted, especially when I don't know, it took me out. So I felt like I didn't really do anything, but I really did. I actually finished 2 embroidered Carhartt hats. I've been making Carhartt hats. I had an order of 8, and so that's all ready to go out. In fact, right as soon as I'm done here, I need to get that to the post office and out. It's already got the label and is ready to go, so that's exciting. That's phew. And before that, I had an order for 7. So this is 15. And then I had an order for another 1 prior to all of those. 16 hats I've embroidered, either flowers or mountains on them. I've kind of started a snowflake, but I got my string stuck in it and I got frustrated. So I left it. I abandoned ship on that one. I'll have to come back, because, you know, Carhartt hats are way too expensive not to finish it. That looks so perfect. I'm always in awe of how perfect these look. Don't you think? That just looks perfect. Love it. Look at that. It's got all the Christmas words. So nice. Maybe since I've got the fabric out here, it's an addiction here. I know that that was kind of going low, so I'm going to see if I can find any other golds here. Oh, I definitely picked up some gold here. Oh, you know what happened? I put water in that and it sort of leaked out. So now I've got gold all over. Here's another green. I try to keep my neutrals right here. Kind of keeps them handy. So gold goes in there maybe. Maybe. Guess I could look in the yellow and see if yellow has it. Here's red. Let's see any other reds that need to go in there. This is orange. I'll get the oranges put away. Try to keep everything organized. Where would my yellows be? Maybe they're on the bottom. Aha! I found them. Nice. I've got to have like a gold shimmer sitting around here somewhere. See if this one's any better. I think I've just got like so many jars going. You know, you get busy at Christmas time. Do you guys do a lot of Christmas gifts? Up to here. Okay, so I've got the snowflake one. See that? Isn't that pretty? I'm going to try it. I'm going to do 2 more. This puts me in a non-odd place. And actually, what it does is actually what I don't, you know, if I do a set of 3, I could sell a set of 3 of them at my shows. But then if I've got onesies, that confuses me. Because then I have to decide, that one is not a jar. Paste. This one was the one that was, I think I've got some over here. Yep, I've got another nominee going. I knew I had extra. I'm drinking this icy holiday sparkling ice. They have a ginger lime, and I figured since my tummy was not handling coffee, that's what I would drink today. This one's not open. We don't want to do that. Let's see if we can get this going here. I did put some water in there, so it could be a little messy here. I really want the gold shimmery look. And I love Nominee. Nominee is a metallic, as opposed to the shimmers have glitter in them. I sure appreciate you guys hanging out and listening, even if you go fast forward to where you want to see what we're up to. I'm definitely thinking out loud today. Working out loud for all of this. What I'd really love to do, like I'm so tempted. I love the look of these trees with those vintage industrial spools. And I have found them on eBay, but I am trying really hard not to make extra purchases. I'm trying to use up my stockpiles. As hard as that is. So tell me I don't need them. Tell me I don't need them. I just need to use what's on stock. I do have a fair amount of spindles. I think my husband could cut me as long as he could get it onto some sort of base. That's the clincher. Can he make me a base to go with my spindles? That's what I would like to do. I always love these trees. Last year I bought, you know, the kind of, they look like laugh, but it's a little thicker. People are making those wood trees like, I don't know. They're empty in the middle and they're just like, you know, slat, slat, slat at different levels. I bought 3 different sizes for my daughter-in-law because I had her name. And I thought she would like them. I found them. I actually bought them from 2 different crafters, local crafters. That's how I got them. All right, let's see how this worked. This was still the original Nominee. I just added water to it before I shut it. And then now, because I'm back into it, I mixed it in. So I think it should be a little less thick. But pretty. And that's okay. We got a couple of like little kind of rustic looking places, and that's totally fine. I'm going to just go ahead and lay this back down. And I think I can get yet one more. Here we go with my finger in the paste. This does, you know, when you use these multiple times, like this, it does leak underneath when you do that, when you get the air bubbles out, so you are not really able to move it around. And this is an older transfer, which I really appreciate that we can see through our transfers now. This is the older ones you could not see through. I just got gold down my arm. We are we are glittered up. Actually, it's not glitter. We are metalliced up today. We are covered. This is messy. Just messy. And I'm using up, oops, that one did not go well. Maybe it just dried a little too much. I don't know. It didn't stick very well. Sometimes it's hard to tell like where you've pasted to. I'm just gonna wipe this one. See if that helps me out. Sure did. All right, I'm gonna do the same here where it didn't kind of go. Hopefully we don't. Sometimes just leaving it is better than fussing with it. But I know what it is. I've got some spots where I've got like chunks of it. So that's basically what you have to do is get that chunk. Oh, that looks much better. Yay. And it's okay to me. Like I said, it's okay if it looks a little bit rustic. And as long as I've got enough space here to do one more, I'm going to do this probably the same backing, or I'll use another fabric for backing. We'll just see what I have a bunch of fabrics I've been picking up, like old placemats and old quilts and things. What your grandma made. I've been picking up at the thrift stores really cheap, like placemats. It's free fabric, right? It's cheap fabric. I might use some of those for the backings, and I'll just put them on top when I cut it, and we'll be good to go. All right, I'm gonna actually use this on it first because I can see where we've got some bumps. Like it's the gold, the nominee is sort of like got some thick spots, and they're just sitting on top, and that's what's preventing the paste from really printing through. So I'm just trying to, oops, don't cut it with your fingernail. That's not good. Okay, get the air bubbles out completely. This one, the third one, is always a little shady at best, so you just want to be more cautious, and it probably will be more rustic looking than the rest. So I love the wood nativity scenes done, the white wood with this gold nominee on it. All right. I really appreciate you all watching. Kind of it's an imaginary day because we've got to let this dry up really good before we cut it. I'm probably going to sew the trees. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I will. Pretty sure I will. I'll leave an opening at the bottom for my trunks. Get this one closed up because it is kind of on the dry side. This one is a new one, so I'm going to put that back up there. And like I said, if I can't get the base, I don't want these to be tree hangers. I want them to be oofta. We are making a mess. I want them to be stand-ups. I don't know, forever I've wanted to make these. I don't know why I'm so far behind the times. I guess because I haven't found the perfect way to get bases done, because I know I can't drill a hole. That is my husband's department. All right, let's get this off before it dries too much. Slow down. Looking good. Looking pretty good. I see a spot right there. And sometimes you can just kind of wipe these transfers down in between too, and they're just good. They're just fine. All right. We used the whole thing. So see, this one had like, it even has a little star that goes into it on the wood one. So these match up the stars. It's kind of fun. I love these multi-part things and the stand-ups. Speaking of which, I have stuffies and pillows, Christmas pillowcases on my website, prairiescraps.com. I would greatly appreciate your support. If it's not for any other reason, give me that thumbs up, hit that notification button so that I get shared out and get higher up on YouTube's little page here. So there we go. See, I got 3 of those. So I've got an odd number here. We'll just see how we pair them up. We'll just see. Who knows? I've got 3 full sets, I guess, and then an oddball. So we have 1 extra. I don't know. If these work out really good, I'll just keep going, right? All right, so we've got those. I'm going to show you, kind of give you the idea about what I'm planning. Maybe I don't even have I don't have my heat gun in here. The reason why is because it's cold and my heat has been unreliable. So, but all I'm going to do is then cut these out. And you can either hot glue them, like I said, you could embroider them together if you want, or what I'm going to do is take it to the machine, and to make it more rustic, I am going to be a sloppy sewer. So you may not totally agree with that. You can do what you want. That's the kind of the fun thing. So this is our club transfer that I did. I'm not super happy with all of these because they kind of smeared a little bit. However, I do really like this one right here. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut around it. Maybe not give myself enough space. And like I said, I am going to go ahead and also cut a backing for this. And then sort of actually, what would really be cute is you can make a tassel out of this by sewing. You could do, like just, I don't like making the corners really nice. And scraps like this, I just save and I end up using them also for stuffing because you can't see. So I'll just take this and I will put this on the backing of something else. I will go, put a little hanger on there, whether it be just a piece of twine. I always put a knot in it and put that in there, and then just go ahead and flatten them together, leaving yourself space so that you can stuff it up at the tip, up at the very tip first, and then the bottom. And while you're sewing, we could even, and this is where I would also use, like you could put buttons on it. You could put any sort of ephemera that you want. You could put little ribbons on it. Rick Rack would be super cute on this. Whatever you want to dress it up, or if you just want to keep it simple and just make it like a stuffy, that is probably, did you see that? That was a stink bug. The wicked stink bugs. They are like terrible this year. They come every year, but this year they seem to be worse. Like every time I look up, there's like 8 of them in my door-to-door, my camper. But they're on the other side of the screen. I don't know where that one went or is. Tell me. I'll try not to scream. But wouldn't these make like cute little, I actually think this little one, that little one, it's not too bad, but it's not perfect. Do you see it? They have enough smear where I'm not sure I'm going to use them, but they're pretty cute. So those are the boo-boos. These might be my stuffing for something, or I could still use the backing. I could actually cut it out on here and use it for the backing of it. Blah! There's a stink bug right there. I got him. I'm trying to remain calm. I'm putting them in the garbage. Die. They're so big and they smell so bad. So all I'll do is I'll just pin it on there, cut it out, stuff inside, stuffing the top tip first. Actually, before I sew it, I will put a hanger on it, and that just depends. Actually, I'm looking at this. Isn't this a cute little hanger here? I got a little tag here. This didn't work out. I used it on something else and it just didn't work out. And then you could put like a little jingle bell on there. You could put rustic things on it. You could, whatever you want. That's what you could do. So I appreciate you all being here. I hope you have a very blessed day. Stay tuned. We'll be making lots more for our Christmas fun times around here. But get on this. If you want the club, put club down below or go visit. I've got a club link right down below in the description. So appreciate you all. Have a very fabulous, blessed evening and keep on crafting.